What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, a channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So on today's episode, I'm gonna discuss my views, or my opinions, for lack of better words, on the riverboat brawl. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the videos out to give you leverage. Better yourselves. Sorry, once again, I'm actually walking during rush hour traffic. It is a little bit early in the morning than I normally come out here and work out. So hopefully the traffic is not too bad. But folks leaving from here to go to DC, sometimes they out here by like 5 o'clock in the morning because DC traffic is crazy. So, but around this area, it doesn't really get that bad until like maybe like 7:30. So hopefully it stays kind of quiet while I do this video, because I definitely want to give my opinion on this riverboat brawl that happened within the last couple of days. So let's get into it. So if anybody has not seen this this video or videos, plural, that's gone viral about this riverboat brawl, you must be hiding under a rock because it's all over the internet. All over the internet. Just a brief backstory on what happened, because I did read an article from Forbes. It kind of explained a little bit exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some more information come out as the days go by, and the investigation is going on, of course, to try to figure out exactly, specifically what happened, why it happened, and of course some folks have been arrested as a result of this situation. So a couple days ago, there was a incident in Montgomery, Alabama, where this huge brawl broke out. So the reason why it broke out, from what I read from this article, was there was a small boat that was docked at this riverboat dock in Montgomery, Alabama. Bunch of white men were on this boat. Maybe one of the white men was the owner of the boat. I'm not exactly sure. But it was tied and docked at this particular dock. And this black co-captain of this riverboat that goes up and down that river multiple times a day for passengers around there was trying to dock. And this little small boat was blocking that particular riverboat. I guess the co-captain of that boat had the authority to dock there, and this boat was blocking him, right? Also, in this article, it said that the white man that was on this boat that was tied to that dock was shouting obscene comments and innuendos towards this riverboat. Now, I'm not exactly sure who the occupants of that boat was. I mean, the riverboat that the black co-captain was may have been all black or mostly black. Who knows? I'm not exactly sure. But when they say obscene comments, I'm pretty sure they saying that these folks were saying the N-word and a couple other things, right? So the black co-captain, I guess he docks in another area, I guess, or something, walks over to the small boat and starts to untie the boat, right? So this is something that's not seen on the videos that's shown on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this small boat was tied there, wasn't supposed to be there, apparently, allegedly. And the black co-captain was like, hey, look, you know, this boat need to move. They wouldn't move it. So he took it upon himself to go over there and untie the boat himself, right? So, you know, I understand the reason why he did that. But, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't his property, right? So because it wasn't his property, I'm not exactly sure what legal ramifications is going to happen because of that. But, you know, moving forward with the explanation here. So he unties the boat, or attempts to untie the boat, right? And then the occupants of the little small boat gets out, and then that's where I believe the video begins. There's one white guy and the black co-captains having words with each other. You see the black co-captain takes his hat and toss it, and then they go into a brawl, right? So it's just him it's just the black co-captain and the white guy, you know, fighting at one point. Then a couple seconds later, you see 2 to 3 other white men come over. Now they start jumping this guy, right? I think altogether might have been like four white guys and a white woman, right? It comes over there and starts jumping this guy. Might have been even more, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly how many people was on the video, but for the most part, this guy was getting banked. You know, that's what, you know, that's what we said back in the day, back in Norfolk and everything. When somebody gets jumped, we call them somebody got banked, right? So a couple seconds later, after this happened, and there's multiple camera angles from other folks that was videotaping this particular brawl. I was saying multiple angles of this thing. So one angle shows this guy was videotaping where he's showing this black coat captain getting banked, and then he pans out and actually shows some of the workers on the riverboat come out the boat. They start running on the deck, and they run over to the small boat where these guys are at, right? And then you see where one of the black guys hits, or I guess he tries to like damage the boat or something, whatever. Then like all hell breaks loose. Some of the other white guys that was on the boat come off the boat, and it's just a brawl all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure that all the white folks that was on the boat are not in this particular brawl, because it seemed like some white folks were randomly hit that was not even involved with this thing. That's from what I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure if that's the case, but I mean, the boat was kind of small, so I'm not exactly sure if all these white folks could have fit on this little small boat. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that, like, you know, the situation had became so intense that, you know, everybody was getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it came down to. You know what I'm saying? Folks were getting caught up in the moment, and you know, it just became a really, really, really bad situation really quick. It really escalated really quick. So here's my thing with this particular situation. So the black coat captain goes over there and unties the boat, right? Of course, I'm pretty sure that if these white folks were actually calling this guy the N-word, I'm pretty sure he was feeling some type of way. And being a black man, I could totally understand and appreciate him feeling that way, right? I totally appreciate that. However, you know what I'm saying, from a legal standpoint, I'm not exactly sure if he was legally able to untie somebody else's property from that dock. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's a situation to where like they literally tied themselves onto that dock illegally, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, and then in hindsight, he probably could have called the police and they could have told these guys to leave. But he didn't do that. He untied the boat, right? I'm not saying he was right or wrong. I'm just saying from a legal standpoint, you know what I'm saying, that might be a little bit dicey when it comes to what kind of legal responsibility he has for touching somebody else's property. You know what I'm saying? But then you have these folks, the occupants of that boat, that go over there and start fighting this guy. You know what I'm saying? Jumping him. So of course that's assault. You know what I'm saying? That really is. You know what I'm saying? Now I cannot remember on the video who hit who first. But you know, I guess it does matter from a legal standpoint. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this guy he got jumped. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. He got jumped, and the folks of that particular boat didn't like what they were seeing, and it got hairy real quick. And you know, it's all over the internet, and you know, it kind of makes me think, like, you know, if it weren't for cell phones with cameras, like, this really could have like went to the wayside, and you know, I'm pretty sure it'd been local talk, but this thing when it went viral and the whole world would have seen this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, the internet is the new streets. The internet is the new streets. You know what I'm saying? And cell phone camera technology has changed the world. I'm gonna say that again. Cell phone technology with cameras has changed the world, because there's so many situations where things have been caught on camera lately over the last decade that have exposed the environment and the pulse of America. It really has. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, situations like this happens because of all the things that have happened to black folks over the last decade that have been atrocious. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can name a whole bunch of situations where, you know, black folks have been filmed on camera getting, they just been treated really, really badly, extremely badly. You know, the main one that's happened over the last decade was George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Having his life taken away from him on camera. You know what I'm saying? Was set off a firestorm of situations when it comes to, you know, black versus white and police not treating black folks properly or fairly. So I'm pretty sure that because of all these things that have happened over the last decade, really fueled this situation that happened on the riverboat dock. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, these folks are seeing these videos of black folks being treated badly, and it's like, you know, black folks are tired of this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning, you know what I'm saying, what happened, because I really think it was bad judgment on a lot of folks. It could have been de-escalated really, really quickly. You know what I'm saying? But when emotions run high like that, you know what I'm saying, like it's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you right now, you know what I'm saying, like, men that get emotional are very, very dangerous. I'm gonna say that again. Men that get emotional are very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? There was an emotional attachment to what these white folks said to this co-captain, where made him go over there, untie that boat. And then it was an emotional attachment to these white folks that banked this black guy. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that it was gonna really think that thing was gonna be real sweet when they did that. Well, they found out real quick. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I'm almost sad, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree that this situation happened, because, I mean, it's just a bad situation. But shout out to the 16-year-old kid that they call Aquaman. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, if folks that don't know how to swim, it takes effort to swim, man. It takes a lot of body effort to swim. And for him to jump off that boat and swim all the way to that dock, pull himself up on that dock, and then start throwing hands, that's some effort. That is some real serious effort, you know what I'm saying? Now, once again, I'm not condoning violence at all, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he really felt like that this guy needed help, from what I can tell, you know what I'm saying? And he was defending that co-captain, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to do better as a people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just black folks and I'm just talking about white folks, just Americans in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, this situation could have been avoided. It wasn't necessary, you know what I'm saying? They could have easily have moved their boat, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out why they didn't do that. Why would you not move your boat when you knew you were supposed to dock there in the first place? You know what I'm saying? And they're telling you that you need to move because there's a normal riverboat that comes here that docks all the time. And you're just gonna just take it upon yourself to dock yourself there and think that stuff was gonna work out right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the police could have been there already and could have told you to move it. You know what I'm saying? And you probably wouldn't have had any pushback. But because this black co-captain came to you and told you to move it, you know what I'm saying, it was a problem. So one of the guys that's on this boat, from what I hear, I think either has a restaurant or some type of business. And they're flaming this guy. They're saying all bad reviews about this guy on the internet, on social media, and it's one of those things that we've seen time and time again over the last decade. When white folks do stuff that's crazy towards black folks, and they're working for somebody, or they have a business, they suffer. They do, because if you're working for a company, it's bad press. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your boss or your supervisor got the same views you have, but at the end of the day, if you're doing something that's making them lose money, I don't care how much they agree with you, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something that's bad press towards your business, and you have a certain demographic that patronizes your business, that's going to hurt your business. You know what I'm saying? So once again, this is a channel about finding fitness and folk. Talking about folk here when it comes to this riverboat brawl, but I'm rapping finance to this thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you're gonna be able to do stuff on the internet, you know what I'm saying, and think that stuff gonna be sweet on the back end if you do something that's crazy. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get exposed through cell phone cameras, it might be a bad look for you. All right? Like, comment, and subscribe. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out. I endeavor to keep pushing these videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. I don't do edits, you know what I'm saying? Later on, when I become big, I'll do some edits, you know what I'm saying? But I don't do edits. It's raw and uncut, all right? Find Fitness and Folk. Triple F, I'm gone.